2 episodes ago, we had a tie down to the 4th decimal between 2 vehicles in a respective heat. And I asked the audience, tell me, what would be the odds of that? Mathematically, how likely is that even to possibly occur? Because it seemed impossible to me. And we got a response with, unfortunately, no data to back it up, but at least the information. They said 1 in 100 million. Shout out to that person who offered that. It was a close one right there to start. And, I mean, that sounds about right. Hey, everybody, by the way, I'm Brendan. We're into day 6 of this double tank jump tournament. I said double jank. So sometimes with the way these cars move, it might be just about right. Cosmic Coupe into Formula 1. Formula 1 started off with a 5.4 on the clock. And, well, it has been quite an exciting tournament so far. Here comes the Formula 1 over the big jump, lands, and swerves his way to the finish. Only a length ahead, but it's just enough. This time puts out about a time of 5.5. Remember, our record here is 5. Ooh, man, on those a lot of ones and O's, but it's about 5.1. I believe it's 5.1011. If I remember correctly, and we had a 5.1013 not too long ago, which is crazy to see how close it was. I remember I was raving about that. But no matter, that's our record, and we have not yet have it broken in this one. Here we go, to the finish. And it's again another close race, but let's see what that clock says, 5.3. Pretty fast vehicles so far. People are asking, why do we have the timer seem to be twice as fast as the actual time it takes for the cars in video to make their journey? Roadster Bite and the Super Stinger, by the way. I don't think I called that out. And that is because we have the videos in about half speed in order that you might see the racing. These cars move at incredible paces. In reality, there's Roadster Bite turning things around with this one. Does he beat the time? He does! 5.23, he'll be moving on. And so, back to what I was saying, we do have the videos half the speed, basically, in order that you might see the action better. Maybe we can try one on full speed. I don't know what it would look like. Maybe just a blur. Formula 1 and the Roadster Bite. Another one of those. Oh no, they're advancing. Speed Racer and the stock car. Stock car. So, yeah, this is cars moving pretty fast, but it's still only about half the speed. Stock car's gonna fall right into the gel and need that get out of jail free card, as I saw another commenter put not too long ago. Pretty funny. And the well, he'll settle in there. Oh, Speed Racer's gonna win this one. Looks like he tore up some of the gel as he fell there. Looks very messy at the bottom. Speed Racer actually had a tough exit from the first jump, but it was that second jump that he was much better on. Got those front wheels down just before the back ones, and the stock car couldn't right himself through that hairpin. But he is possibly faster. We'll see if he comes out strong here. Stocker on the near side. Speed Racer on the far side. Speed Racer out by a little bit of a length. Lands pretty smoothly for both of them. A little bit bouncy on the stock car. Starts to spin again. He might go into the gel twice in a row. He's gone. Speed Racer. Speed Racer. 5.37. And moving on. That car falling amongst the sea creatures who, funnily enough, are all outside of the gel. I guess they don't like the substitute for water either. They're almost on the walls. Just noticed how funny that was. It actually was pretty close there to a pretty interesting time, but could do no better than 5.37. He will be moving on, though. Let's get Dr. Strange and the Batmobile out there. Batman. Reminds me of that recent trailer I saw for a movie. There's Batmobile racing. Ooh, good cutoff of Doctor Strange. I mean, that was excellent racing out of the exit of the hairpin. And he's going to end with a 5.29. I saw a trailer recently for this movie. I was in the movies today, actually. What did I see? I saw that movie Indiana Jones today, that new one, which actually I thought was really cool. But there was a trailer before it about some movie called Blue Beetle, I think it is. And they made a joke about Batman being a fascist. That's all I remember about it. It seemed like a pretty interesting trailer. Doctor Strange is going to take that one. And let's roll over and see our time, 5.23. So that could be enough to move on. Ooh, a good jump there. You see that clean landing on that first jump. A little tougher on the second one, but managed to get away. It was some kind of trailer about... Yeah, that's going to be enough, 5.23 with math. It was some kind of trailer about some kid finds his beetle. It's kind of like the Spider-Man story all over again. He finds his like scarab beetle and it like enters him or something, and he just has all these powers. Heat 1 and 2. I might start doing this, by the way, just like talking about other things during the episodes that are just going on in my life. Expand some of the possible commentary a little bit. I don't know if you guys would like that or hate that. You tell me, because then I'll shut up about anything else besides what these vehicles are doing if it bothers you. But I might have some fun with it. 5.32, not a good starting. I mean, not a bad starting time. It's like the Beetle enters him, and it's it like takes him over, but he can do like crazy stuff, but it's not really in his control. Roadster Bite in Formula 1, by the way, or 2. Really an odd movie. It seemed like a mashup of all the old superhero movies, just like they're just trying to make another one. Formula 1's going to take that. Is that a good enough time, though? It actually looked like quite a fast run. Let's turn around on it. 5.27 is definitely good enough. It beats out the Roadster Bite, and Formula 1 moves on. So I don't know if I'll check it out, but certainly an interesting trailer. They called Batman a fascist in the trailer. That's all I remember, so Batmobile jogged that memory. Doctor Strange in the Speed Racer. Strange on the far side, gets a nice clean jump. He has a couple lengths to lead. Speed Racer's backwards. He may not get over and does not, and Doctor Strange is going to start strong in this one. Let's turn around and get our time. 5.31. I mean, these races are looking fast. They're pretty consistent. He actually fell off there. See, he's on the ground. I just not getting a race that's fast enough to undercut the current record. I think it's some of the jostling and some of these leaving the jumps. See this jump right here? You get that front wheel down first. Oh my God! Speed Racer went for a spin. Whew. But when you don't enter and leave the jumps correctly, it can take that few tenths away that you need to get a record. Also, that jostle out of the starting gate was pretty weak for both of them. Speed Racer, though, this time claiming the lead. Let's see if he can hold up for it. He needs to beat a nice time. He got shoved by the Doctor Strange, and he has more speed down the back straight. Let's see if that's enough. It is. 5.22 is just enough to move on. See, that was the nudge there. That saved him a tenth for sure. Boom. Right through that. He gave him a nudge, and all the momentum shifted. And actually, barely. That was almost basically a 5.23. And it was enough to send him on. Formula 1 and the Speed Racer are our finalists after a lot of jostling. Let's see if they can pull off anything below that 5.2 range. First jump, clean for both of them. The Speed Racer goes for a nose block, blocking both of them and taking away speed. He breaks away, though. He has room to run, and he's going to run the first one here. Let's see if that holds up for a win. 5.5, that can't be good. I feel like both of these vehicles are going to do better in the next race. I think that Formula 1 is a little bit of a sleeper in this first one. And if he gets a good jump in the starting gate, could be dangerous in this next one. Well, he has one more heat to show that. Let's see if he does. Formula 1 on the far side, losing speed already. Actually, Speed Racer a lot faster, gets nudged forward. This could be good, but he turns around and leaves the Formula 1 room, who spins as well. They're on top of each other. And the time is 5.55. I think it's just a little slower, and I think the Speed Racer is our winner. Look at this end part. Formula 1 just needed to finish. He spins and lets the Speed Racer smother him. That's too slow. Speed Racer advances. Not the fastest car, I don't think, of the day, but the most victorious. That's 6 to the final. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Races and Fun.